Parliamentary control over public expenditure is declining, not totally true, but yes, because the budgetary process itself has not been followed properly. Opposition has not been very effective in doing that. Parliamentary Accounts Committee, role of auditing or CAG, that is also quite an issue. Post-mortem, most of the evaluation is post-mortem in nature. The Parliamentary Accounts Committee or Estimates Committee or something called DRSC, Departmentally Related Standing Committees, they do not have effectiveness in terms of punishment or suggestions. They cannot do anything except advice. Right? Then these committees they are bipartisan, they have multi-political party membership, right? But still, because of the changing nature of political relations between political parties, alliances, coalitions, and likewise, right, their effectiveness is further reduced. Also, the functioning of the parliament itself on an average has reduced drastically. So on an average, let's say a parliament should be functioning somewhere around 124, 130 days in a year, normally, right? Whereas it is functioning somewhere around 74, 75 days a year. That itself has reduced the effectiveness of parliamentary control over public expenditure, right? Then emergencies, like for example, when you talk about PM CARES Fund. So there are a lot of other bodies which are being created, which are outside the control of the CAG and the Parliament. Fine. Also, the emergency provisions, the frequency with which the governments are facing different types of crisis and the need for financial support. So many of the times the scrutiny becomes difficult because decisions have to be taken in a very short span of time. Also, you can say unlike the European countries, right, where we have something called a parliamentary budget or financial councils, which are working where legislature and the government, right, so or executive, they are coordinating when the budgets are formulated, when the budgets are spent, because here once the budget is approved, then it totally comes under the control of the finance ministry, not under the parliament, right? So they have public finance council or public budgetary councils in many other European countries where this coordination goes on, right? Second ARC has also recommended something like that. So you can use them and say, see, we can improve this functioning by bringing such changes, right? The issues that we have discussed. CAG's role can be made more effective. We can talk about something called pre-audit, right? Concurrent audit. We are obviously talking about today performance audit, outcome-based budgeting, gender-based budgeting. So already we are trying to use different mechanisms where parliamentary control can be made effective, but only when, right? Only when the parliament follows the mechanisms which are already in place. Approval, scrutiny, assessment, expertise. Parliament also needs expertise, right? Generally it lacks that expertise. Fine.